feel. Shh, every murder case got a witness. Whole block going through the blues. Coming from the bottom, do you feel it? Being broke, leave a hole in your soul. Put your fists in the air, black folk, if you feel me. See, I came from the bottom, no lights, no gas. You can get robbed, no pipe, no mask. Throw a tea party, don't invite your ass. Now your belly got tissue to wipe your ass. It ain't no love from the government. Every president been on some sucker shit. Young niggas busting shit, no, I'm not loving it. This is the option they stuck me with. Grind hard till I'm filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, rich, you feel me? Hey, it ain't no love for your brother. It ain't no love for your sister. It ain't no love for no junkie. It ain't no love for the pusher. It ain't no love for the honest. It ain't no love for the real. It ain't no love for the loyal. Looking for love, get you killed. Filthy is what you gotta get. You gotta get dirty if you're trying to get rich. It's back to the mud, cause you gotta show love to all of the ones who will never see this. To all the little kids with no Christmas list. No TV, no bed, and no food on they dish. No father around, now they malnourished. That hindering aid coming from the government. You gotta get filthy. Fuck a job, open up a business. Haters gon' watch when you kill shit. Every murder case got a witness. Whole block going through the blues. Coming from the bottom, do you feel it? Cause being broke, leave a hole in your soul. Put your fists in the air, black folk, if you feel me. I say I came from the bottom, no lights, no gas. You can get robbed, no pipe, no mask. Throw a tea party, don't invite your ass. Now your belly got tissue to wipe your ass. It ain't no love from the government. Every president been on some sucker shit. Young niggas busting shit, no, I'm not loving it. This is the option they stuck me with. Grind hard till I'm filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, rich, you feel me? Grind hard till I'm filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, filled it, rich, you feel me? It ain't no love for your brother. It ain't no love for your sister. It ain't no love for no junkie. It ain't no love for the pusher. It ain't no love for the honest. It ain't no love for the real. It ain't no love for the loyal. Looking for love, get you killed.
No, no, no. Whatever in darkness will come to light. Only time will tell. When you ally only with truth. Ooh, yeah. Only then will you see the light. Can't conceal the no, no, no. No, no, no. Whatever in darkness will come to light. Only time will tell. When you ally only with truth, yeah. Only they will see light. You say a wicked man runs when no one pursues. Reap what you sow, pay your dues. Don't be gala playing with fools. Gotta be ahead of curve like a compass tool. Self-evaluate, are you narcissistic and pompous too? Know that self mean you got a lot to do. Truth the only ally that should be blinding you. The truth blinding if it ain't shining in you. Pressure foam, diamonds from soup. Only then will you see the light. Can't conceal the truth. No, no, no. Whatever in darkness will come to light. Can't conceal the truth. Never see the light. I probably won't see the light. When you ally only with truth. with truth. Oh yeah. Only then will you see the light. Simply with truth. No, can't conceal the no. Can't conceal the truth. No. Whatever in darkness.
What up, man? It's your motherfucking boy, Andrew Caccarella, Larry the Real Brown, Harube, Nehemiah to the first Naga World Order, straight up Titan all day, every day. Tighten up, y'all. Yeah, so we got something new to y'all for y'all today, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go over some debate reviews. I actually pulled up one of A1's debate. We're gonna peek into one of A1's debate he had on Paradigm Shift 314 TV. We're gonna take a look at that. So let me go and prop this up for y'all real quick, and then we're gonna get into the actual judgment. We do things a little different around here. We use judgment without human intervention. We just want the facts. So we're just gonna look at the go through this, and we're gonna listen to the they opening statements and whatnot. Then we're gonna go right to the judgment.
This is A1.
Welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. Like to introduce the man just in himself. I have to give you the man that no one know who the hell he looks like. Man, I mean, look at the guys he rolled
out to the franchise
versus A1, the Bible lover. Check y'all.
Come on and talk about it. Y'all can get y'all opinions. We'll be after this, and my brothers will be dropping the link for that, so y'all can jump right over to that once they get through over here. Enjoy.
That's right. Also, I want everybody on Paradigm Shift TV 314 wish DMG and Lady DMG, aka Jam, a happy anniversary. I believe they've been married longer than Sage has been alive. So wish them a happy anniversary for a successful Black power couple. Yeah, you saw what I did there? Yeah, you saw that, right? Anyway, getting down to business.
It's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio.
It's on you, Mr. A9. It's your time to shine. You got the 3-minute opening. So let's get it popping. The timer starts when you're ready, Chief. Let's go.
Mic check. Y'all can hear me?
You're a little low.
What about now? Check.
Yeah, you good? You ready?
Yeah, I'm always ready, man. Let me make sure my screen working the right way.
Yeah, we see it, Chief. We see it.
All right.
We see it. Hold up right
Hey,
quick.
I was gonna say I hear something.
Okay, that was dear old Ratchet. Let me mute my
Hey man, stop playing for your partner. Stop trying to protect your boy. He don't need no help, you know what I mean?
Hey man, let's get ready to go, man. Hey, let's get it poppin'. So, all right, you ready, Chief? Timer starts when you're ready, brother.
All right, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. All right. Finally game day, baby. Anonymous Hebrew versus A1, the Bible lover. The question on the table is, should we use the Bible as the best plan for the liberation of Black people? Obviously, I am the affirmative, and I am answering this with an astounding yes. Before I get started, I want you to understand my premise, all right? Let me start my time. Here we go. I want you to understand my premise, that this debate is not about religious ideology, right? It's not about conversion or defending any denomination. Leave your religion at the pulpit and pull up and get a solution-based conversation this evening. My premise is simple. When we strip down all the denominational dogma and all of this other rhetoric, what we need to do is view this debate from a structural, legal, economic system. The Bible provides the best framework for the liberation of Black people. Any attempt to shift this into a theological dispute is a straw man and it's a distraction from the real issue: how to build sustainable generational wealth for our people. As Millie Fuller Jr. taught, liberation must be addressed at every area of people activity. That includes economics, education, law, labor, politics, religion, sex, and war. The biblical model that I'm presenting this evening takes the blueprint one step further, and I'm going to offer 3 extra pieces of evidence. We're going to give you a time-tested, historically proven structural model that works even when under captivity to remove us out of oppression. All right, now what's the dilemma on the table? White supremacy. White supremacy. What is white supremacy? According to York University, white supremacy can be defined as the institutionalization of whiteness and white privilege. All right. And so when we look at this historical and social, political, and economical system and structure that contributes to the continued oppression of Black people, that's what we're going to talk about destroying. Millie Fuller Jr., one of the most important thinkers on systematic oppression, he broke down human interaction into 9 areas of people activity. Like I said, economics, so on and so forth. Now the next thing we must define is, what is liberation? The act of setting someone free from imprisonment, slavery, oppression, and to make sure we get to the point of release. And when we look at that, we're talking about becoming free from the oppression in all of those areas. Now, I have a very simple 4 foundational piece argument. All right, number 1, modern religion has corrupted the biblical message. So anything that we see, papal bulls, doctrine of discovery, manifest destiny, the crusades, etc., are all a process of destroying the actual biblical narrative. The second argument that I have, the Bible should be used as didactic literature. I'll be defining what that means. We are not here to talk about religion. We're talking about how to use the Bible as didactic.
I don't know. To me, that's kind of counterproductive. If you're gonna make the stance that the Bible is corrupt and whatnot, but you're gonna use it as some type of legal framework or any type of framework when you already admitted that it's fundamentally flawed. Like that's interesting.
Literature.
It's kind of like saying, hey, I know this gun is malfunctioning and it has a tendency to backfire, but we're going to use this gun as the framework on how to defend ourselves. Like it's kind of like the same logic, you know what I'm saying?
Point number 3, the Bible presents a framework for the liberation in all 12 areas of activity.
Even though you just told us that it's corrupt, but the Bible presents a framework for liberation, all 12 areas of people activity, even though you just showed us that it's corrupt.
And point number 4, I'm going to show you a case study with the Village of Peace, with the brothers and sisters of Demona.
Well, I don't know how deep they went into this, but in Demona, Israel, they was out there sterilizing them brothers and sisters that went out there. It was not peaceful, and they located these people in an area where it was highly irradiated. They have been using for nuclear test sites and shit like that. So, that just further, de-sterilizes. It just further sterilizes the people who occupy the area. So, you can call that peace if you want to, but I'm gonna call that a weapon of warfare that was formed and fashioned against those people, and it's effective.
All right, so that's time, A9. That's time. I gave you 3 minutes and 14 seconds. So I have to do the same with A1. Very, 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 very powerful. So, A1, the Bible breaker. If you ready, my brother.
Yeah, let me share my screen.
Share the screen, brother. Share the screen. Share the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, like, share, and subscribe. That was the anonymous Hebrew laying down his premise. Now it's time for our very own Bible breaker to. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold on 1 second. Share screen. Okay, my screen is sharing.
All right.
Yeah, I don't understand. How
Add
can he get
person
low
to
under
the stage.
tagging us?
Hold on. There we go. All right. Let me know you're ready. We'll start the timer. I got to give you 3 and 14 like I did A9. So, you ready?
I am ready. And this is going to be a yeah. Go ahead, start my time.
All right, let's go. And time starts now.
You know, I came to take his face off. You know. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will explain why using the Bible as a tool for Black liberation is not only flawed, but dangerous based on history, psychology, and power dynamics. Anonymous Hebrew could have stated that we should co-opt certain concepts from the Bible or certain ideas and incorporate them into a new plan. That's not what he's done. He wants to use the Bible in its entirety as the sole tool for liberation of Black people. While it's true that many of us have drawn hope and inspiration from his pages, we must not confuse emotional comfort with practical liberation. Historically, the Bible has been not a unifying force for our people, but a tool of division, control, and colonization. From slavery era pastors preaching obedience to enslaved Africans to modern day denominations arguing over doctrine, religion has often fractured Black communities rather than brought them together. I will demonstrate that using the Bible as our primary path to freedom is not only counterproductive, but dangerously misleading. We must ask what kind of liberation requires us to ignore or cherry pick parts of a text that also condone slavery, patriarchy, and violence. Without selective interpretation, the Bible cannot serve as a consistent, honest guide to Black freedom. And if we need to skip, twist, explain parts of the way it is, how can we call it our best tool? Throughout this debate, I will support my position with historical facts, legal doctrines like the doctrine of discovery, psychological insights into religious delusion, and examples of how Christianity was used as a tool of empire, not emancipation. Real liberation demands truth, critical thinking, and unity, not the selective use of a text that was once used to justify our oppression. Let us examine the evidence, not just the tradition. Okay? And the flow of my argument will go as this. First, I'm going to go into the burden. Then I'm going to go into the fallacy. I'm going to cover a little bit of history. I'll give the evidence for my claims, and then I'll conclude. How much time do I have?
You have approximately 2 minutes and 4 seconds and counting.
Pause my time. Wasn't this supposed to be a 3-minute intro?
Yeah, you got 2 minutes.
Okay. All right. I thought you said something else.
All right, go ahead, Chief. You ready?
Yep, ready.
All right, let's go and start.
Okay, the burden of the affirmative, and I almost should have put this at the end. I don't want him to get any ideas about what not to forget, but here we go. This is how I always put my debates together. Define the best tool clearly. Anonymous Hebrew must clearly define what he means by best. Best compared to what? Other religious texts, political ideologies, secular movements. Best in terms of spiritual liberation, political freedom, economic justice, cultural empowerment. He needs to explain the criteria for why the Bible is better than all other tools. Keyword all. He must prove effectiveness. He must provide evidence that the Bible has been historically and currently effective in liberating Black people, which if it was, we wouldn't still be oppressed. So, I doubt you see that. It'll be cherry-picked instances and not what he needs to cover this burden. He's going to have to show evidence, show the Bible's superiority over other tools. He must explain why the Bible is better than other tools, religious texts, etc. He must eliminate or refute these alternatives to justify the best claim. He must address and reconcile contradictions. He must answer tough questions like, how do verses that condone slavery, patriarchy, or violence fit into a liberation message?
That's time.
He can't just ignore these contradictions.
All right. That's time right there. That is.
All right. So that go to the first opening statements of their particular debate, and we're gonna go into the actual judgment of those. Like I said, we give our actual real breakdown of these judgments. As such, my bad. Try to zoom in for y'all. Triple. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. So we're gonna get into the breakdown of this. Y'all see this is from the court of truth and jurisprudence, Galactic Federation type shit. You know what I mean? So this debate was titled, "Should we use the Bible as the best plan for the liberation of Black people?" Featuring anonymous Hebrew A9 and the affirmative, and A1, the Bible breaker, in the negative. The core premise: anonymous Hebrew, the affirmative, the didactic framework. The Bible should be viewed as a didactic literature, instructional framework, rather than a religious dogma. It provides a structured curriculum for nation building. Structural solutions. He presents 12 areas of people activity, economics, education, law, etc., where biblical models, group economics, land stewardship, offers a blueprint for liberation. Decoupling from religion. Modern Christianity is a corruption of the biblical message, the doctrine of discovery and slavery, where political misuses of the text, not reflection of its true content. Points to case study. Points to Village of Peace, Damona, Israel, as living example of a community using biblical models for self-sufficiency. Which I don't know why he didn't use some people like the Amish. Could have used the Amish. They're a Christian society that's using biblical principles, but you chose to use Damona, Israel. But that's anyway. A1, the Bible breaker, is the negative in this one. So his premise is the false dichotomy that A9 is presenting. Arguing that the Bible is the best tool is a logical fallacy that ignores more effective secular tools like political activism and modern economic strategies. The tool of the oppressor. Historically, the Bible was the primary legal and psychological tool used to justify the doctrine of discovery and the enslavement of Black people. The internal inconsistency. The Bible contains verses condoning slavery, patriarchy, and passivity, waiting on the Lord, making it unreliable guide for liberation. The psychological barrier. The reliance on an ancient scroll is a religious delusion that prevents Black people from taking bold, modern action, material action. Now we're going to go into the actual fallacy report of this. So what this does is it basically goes in and it finds all the fallacies from both debaters, and then like it basically counts the fallacies. It counted the fallacies and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because that's big in debating. A lot of times when we get debate judgments, they're not counting the fallacies, or maybe they're ignoring the fallacies because there might be a bit of psychology twisted in there to the point where they don't realize it's a fallacy. But you can't do that shit with AI. You can't do that. Like AI is gonna see it. So the false dilemma. It says alleged by A1. A1 argued that the framing the Bible as the best tool forces a choice between the Bible and nothing, ignoring the multiple tool approach. The ad hominems, both debaters engaged in personal attacks during the chin check question and answer round. A9 called A1 a liar, and A1 called A9 a sophisticated pseudo. So then we get down to the non-biased judgment. So again, this is where AI goes in and makes a non-biased judgment, not based on what I'm saying, not based on what nobody else is saying except for what proceeded in the debate. And we're using this as a way to pull out a deeper meaning in the debates that we have. Okay, so this is non-biased. It declares A1 as the winner, even though on the actual debate platform it was not. It wasn't so, or maybe it was. I don't know because I didn't watch the whole thing through. It says while anonymous Hebrew is highly organized and presents a sophisticated intellectual framework, the didactic model, A1 won on the following technical and debative grounds. So understand that it's telling you that A1 won this debate because of his technical style on debative grounds, based on the fact that this is a debate. The birth of proof. A9's premise relied on the filtering of everything through the Bible. A1 successfully argued that if you have to filter or cherry pick the tool to make it work, it cannot logically be called the best tool. Historical evidence. A1 anchored his argument in the legal reality of the doctrine discovery. He successfully argued that the Bible has not been used more effectively as a tool of subjugation than liberation. A9 struggled to provide a historical counterweight beyond a single small community in Demona. The question and answer round, the chin check, right? This round was a deciding factor. A1 remained aggressive and successfully forced A9 into a defensive backpedaling regarding whether the Bible is the only tool or just framework. A9's refusal to certain direct questions during his cross-examination period significantly weakened his standing with the judges in this context of the specific debate format. In summary, A9 won on vision, but A1 won on logic and historical application. A1 successfully dismantled the best two superlative, which was the core requirement of the debate topic. So as you see, AI deems A1 the winner, hands down. Unbiased judgment. This is a non-biased judgment done by AI, and there you have it. That is a breakdown of that debate, and you see the real true judgment without human error, included into that. And we just we're gonna go on to the next one, man. We you know what I'm saying, we on the road right now, so we just gonna go on to the next one. Hold on, let me actually prompt that up for you. Let me see what we got here. We got a couple of these. I just gotta prop them up for y'all for real. Let me see what we got. I know we got a couple of these joints. Let me see. God is like. Let's read the. Let's do the Lex Vortex.
Are you calling me?
Okay, so in this one, this is a whole different debate.
Yeah.
This is between me and hold on, I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm taking my hair down.
Put it back up. Stop sharing real quick.
I'm taking my hair down.
Okay, again, this is a whole different debate right here. This one was between me and Lex Vortex. This was the prime source versus the void of ligands. You see, it's Anu Kakarat, me. That's Laurel Burns, your boy. The Council for Electromagnetic Light Theory, and Lex Vortex for the Council of Dark Matter, Dark Energy Theory. So you see, I'm the plaintiff in this one, right? It says God is light. The plaintiff argued that divinity is synonymous with electromagnetism, EM, and charge. Self-organization, electrical charge spontaneously organizes into complex structures, plasmoids, neural networks, cellular biology. This inherent will to order, my bad, is a primary definition of intelligence. Information carriers. Light is the fundamental medium for information. Without the without the EM spectrum, there is no communication, no sight, and no data transfer. The spark of light. Consciousness is biological evidence by an electrical synapses firing. Therefore, the self is a photonic electrical construct. The defendant. God is darkness. The defendant argues that divinity is found in the primal void and the unseen bulk. The majority principle: 95% of the cosmos consists of dark matter and dark energy. The 5% of light is statistically nominal, a temporary disturbance in a dark universe. Priority of existence. Light is a byproduct of mass and fusion. Darkness, space, exists prior to the first photon. The unknowable God must be mysterious and undetectable. Dark energy, which drives the expansion of space, fits this description as an all-powerful, invisible hand. The judicial assessment and logic. Lex Vortex logical fallacies and omissions. Upon cross-examination of logic, the court identifies three critical failures in the defendant's case. The dead God. The dead God trap. Lex Vortex admitted that consciousness is an electromagnetic phenomenon. Logically, this implies that his darkness, which does not interact with electromagnetism, is unconscious. A mindless, inert mass cannot be the supreme intelligence. The quantitative fallacy. My bad, y'all. I got hiccups and it's just coming. So Lex argues that volume equals authority. In logic, the weight of a stone does not make it superior to the intelligence of a man. 95% darkness is merely the scenery. The 5% light is the actor. The theoretical anchor. The defendant relies on dark matter and energy. Under universal law, evidence requires sampling. Dark matter is a mathematical ghost. It has never been touched, trapped, or observed. Using a placeholder variable to define God is a logical non sequitur. Anu-Kakarat's logical strength, the active principle. Anu-Kakarat's God charge is empirical. It is tested, harnessable, and consistently creates order out of chaos, self-organizing, the synergy of mind and force. By aligning God with electromagnetism, Anu-Kakarat provides a logical bridge between physics and spirit. If charge is self-organizing, then the universe possesses an innate intelligence that is active and not passive. Final judgment. For the plaintiff, Anu-Kakarat rationale, a God that is unconscious and mindless is not a God, but a grave. Lex Vortex failed to bridge the gap between mass and the mind because he conceded that consciousness requires light/charge. He initially argued that his God is a mindless container for a smarter entity, light. Anu-Kakarat successfully demonstrated that intelligence is a property of the charge, since charge creates the complex geometry of the universe and the biology of the witness. Charge is the sovereign intelligence. Redefining the darkness. Darkness is hereby legally defined as invisible light frequencies beyond human biological receptors, or potential or potentiality. It is not separate from the entity of electromagnetic source. Dismissal of dark matter until dark matter is sample tested outside of math fudge, it remains a theoretical shadow, not foundational truth. Anu Kakarat's argument, God is light. Anu Kakarat advocates for the idea that God is light and electromagnetism, representing the active creative force of the universe. The principles of light. He argues that light is synonymous with intelligent information and energy. He refers the reference the consciousness and the spiritual urge to find a higher vibratory frequency, which he allocates with light, where he equates with light. Electromagnetism, he emphasizes that everything in the universe is a product of electromagnetism, citing that the electromagnetic spectrum as the range of all energy that creates and sustains life. Correspondence and mentalism, drawing from the Hermetic principles, the laws of Tahuti, he argues that all is mind and that thought themselves are electrical signals, a form of light propagating through neurons. Gender of divinity, he assessed gender roles to polarity, stating that the God is an active masculine light that projects outward, while the goddess is the passive feminine darkness of the cosmic womb, which is the inward polarity, like magnetism. Lex Vortex argument: God is darkness. Challenges the notion that light was as a supreme creator. Argue that light is merely a mechanical byproduct of the deeper, darker forces. Light as a byproduct, he explains photons, lights are produced through physical processes such as fusions in the sun or electrons moving through energy levels in an atom. Therefore, light cannot be the creator if it is the result of a process. Dark matter and dark energy. Lex highlights that the visible light and normal matter only makes up about 4 to 5% of the universe. The vast majority is 95% composing of dark matter and dark energy. He argues that dark matter does not emit light or energy. The true source must be found in darkness. He contends that light is not God because it follows rigid mathematical laws like Maxwell's equation and can be harnessed by humans for things like light bulbs and lasers. Mystery and power. He equates the mystery and undetectable nature of dark energy, which causes the expansion of the universe, with the traditional attributes of the unknowable God. The debate conclusions. The judges were split on the winners. Young Scribe gave it to Anu Kakarat, citing his ability to relate light to the human consciousness and the visible world we experience. Justice, the judge too leaned towards Lex Vortex, noting that the scientific data on dark matter as the origin in the majority of the universe was more compelling argument for a creator source. Ultimately, the session ended in a tie, with a plan for a part 2 to explore further relationship between God of light and the God of darkness. The omission regarding consciousness and electromagnetism. The debate touched on the idea that consciousness is the property of electromagnetism, which favored Anu Kakarat's God is light position. Consciousness as an electrical signal. Anu Kakarat argued that the thoughts are formed by neurons releasing neurotransmitters to generate electrical signals. He stated since consciousness requires these electrical light-based signals to function, consciousness itself is a form of light. Lex did not deny the role of electricity in the brain, but argued it was a mechanism rather than the source. He claimed that the brain matter housed the electricity, and when the physical mechanism failed, the electricity could no longer be harnessed, leading to death. Electromagnetism as the breath of life. One judge noted that liquid light energy is present from the moment of conception, the spark when the sperm meets egg, suggesting that consciousness and animation are tied to this electrical force before the brain even fully forms. To assess the logic of the debate strictly on the merits, we have to strip away the spiritual terminology and look at the scientific philosophical framework each participant used. The central logic conflict lies in whether God, the source, is the primeval darkness or the active energy light. The logic of Anu Kakarot is based on the imperialism, and hermeticism. The argument from consciousness, he poses that because consciousness is measurable only through bioelectrical activity, synapses firing, and because electricity is a form of electromagnetism, light, then consciousness is light. We define God as an intelligence or information, then light is the most logical candidate because light is the primary carrier of the information in the universe, be the electromagnetic spectrum. Hold on.